This is it. We are at episode 100 of the MastoCast. 100! We made it. We made it. We're at episode 100. How fucking mental is that? Crazy. Crazy. Didn't expect to reach 100, but here we are. How's it going, everyone? How is it going? Hope you are having a lovely Wednesday. What day is it today? Hang on, no, wait, this episode's going out on a Friday. What am I on about? Friday. Hope you're having a lovely Friday if you listen to this on the Friday that it comes out. As I look out my window, it is raining. It's been raining for like the past 3 weeks or something like that, just non-stop. It's fucking miserable, man. Why are we still raining, man? It's like I can't remember the last time I saw blue sky. It's mental. It is mental. But yeah, anyways, apart from the rain, I hope you're having a nice, lovely weekend, if you listen to this on a Friday that comes out, and, yeah, it's been, I've just been doing a lot of overtime, really, getting the, spending money, towards, Las Vegas and stuff like that, when me and Haley get over there. Say I do. And go to Mexico for the honeymoon, so I've been grafting away, doing a bit of that. Not a lot else, really. Not a lot else, to be honest. Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've been up to like the past couple of weeks. Just getting the overtime in and stuff. Just, having an actual working week for once, because usually I do 4 on 4 off. So I've just done 6 days of working there. So I think next week I might have, might have a breather from the overtime, have my regular 4 days off, because I've done quite a bit, so I think I should have a pretty good payday by the end of the month. So yeah. Let's see what we got for today's MastoCast. Got some actual new albums to talk about that are really, really great. It's stepped up a bit more, the music releases, in comparison to last time I was on here talking about Megadeth. But yeah, there's been a Nintendo Direct, some new music and stuff like that from Knocked Loose, so I'll talk about a bit of that. So yeah, been going through a bit of a, I guess, rebrand, with the Mastodon name. So for those who don't know, obviously this is called the MastoCast because this is named after my profile being named Mastodon92, and this so I started Mastodon92 when I started streaming on Twitch, which was during the pandemic 2020, so nearly 6 years ago, which is insane to think of now. So yeah, I started it then. Obviously, that started off being like retro games and stuff like that, video games from my childhood. I was just doing all that sort of streaming for Twitch, and that's really all I used the name for. And then later on, it evolved to being music and like streaming, like busking and stuff like that, and retro games and stuff. The Instagram came about, and that was just like a hodgepodge of like video games and guitar stuff and whatever. And I'm not doing Twitch anymore now. I haven't been doing Twitch for about a year and a bit, and so I've just been sort of going through a bit of a, because I upload like the odd like guitar video here and there to like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and stuff, and of course I do the MastoCast, which goes on YouTube and all your streaming platforms that you are listening to me on right now. And I don't know, I want to do more music, little like music content and stuff like that. been getting back into that sort of mindset recently, and I just think the Mastodon name doesn't lend itself very well at the moment. Like, because, like, looking at like the Instagram page and stuff like that, like it's very like it's just, like I say, it's just a hodgepodge of like all sorts of stuff, like video games and music and all that. I mean, I haven't posted like video game stuff on there for a long time, but I feel like if I want to get myself out there a little bit more, I think a little change to the name might help. So I've basically changed like basically all my socials, me YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. That has now been changed to Dan Dixon Music. So you know what you're getting with that at least. It's not Master Dan 92. Like, what could that be? It could be anything. What is it? Mastodon, but not. It's Master Dan. So yeah, I decided to change it. MastoCast. I'm just gonna keep it as MastoCast. Because I feel like changing the name of a podcast that's 100 episodes in might not help that much. Not that I get like hundreds of thousands of listeners or anything like that. I get a good few dedicated listeners, and I appreciate you all. I just thought, nah, I won't change the name of the podcast. So yeah, but yeah, I've got like a few like sort of plans for like videos and stuff like that, for like not just like the short form content and all that, like on YouTube Shorts and stuff. I wouldn't mind doing some like longer form stuff on YouTube, so I've just been thinking about that quite a lot. Yeah, I mean, I've got guitars, I've got cameras, and I've got the shit. I've got drum kit and stuff. I might as well put a lot of that to use and do some entertaining stuff. And you know what? It's just like every now and then, just I upload something, and even just like likes and stuff like that, and the odd comment and share every now and then just gives me a little bit of a buzz. So I'm like, yeah, I want to do a bit more of that and just try and keep consistent with it. So yeah, and like I don't know how I sort of come to like this like realization. I think it was because like my latest EP, which is called Another Bedroom EP, came out 5 years ago, and yeah, it was its seventh. It was its 5th anniversary not long ago, and I was just like, this EP's actually really good. I'm actually really proud of it and stuff. So I was just thinking, it'll be really, really cool to just keep on keeping on with like music and stuff like that, and just like, even if it's just like a daft idea a week, I might turn it into something cool. That's how I've been feeling really, and I haven't been playing video games as much as well. Like, I've been up here restringing the guitars and all that, setting them up, and I've done a couple of videos here and there, like some dumb ones as well, like but yeah, I've just been in a bit more of that mindset recently, and it's nice, and it's really, really cool. So, but yeah, I'll still talk about video games on this podcast for sure. Yeah, I'll still do that. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Really, in terms of like the YouTube and stuff like that. The short videos and all that. Just expect like, like the odd little cover section here of like a song, or like a solo, or some of the dumb shit that I do that try and make people laugh. And the long form, I've got like quite a lot of stuff in mind of what I want to do. I mean, I did do like these "What's in My Bag" episodes. Like, I think it was like last year was the last time I'd done it, and maybe early last year was the last time I did it, and like I only did like 2 episodes of it because I just started getting lazy, basically. And I think like, because with it being Dan Dixon Music, like I would just keep the What's in My Bag episodes down to just like, whatever records I've picked up and cassettes and CDs, just basically music based stuff. Like, because I did that with video games, and like it just made for a long video, and like editing was like a bit of a long task. So I think I would like to get back to that again. And I've got more available storage for records now, and I've kind of got that bug again. So yeah, I mean, expect that. As I mentioned about the EPs that I've released, there's the Bedroom EP that came out in 2019, and the wittingly titled another Bedroom EP that came out in 2021. I wouldn't mind doing some like guitar playthroughs of the songs from that album, because I think I can still remember. I think I still remember how to play them. But I'll probably go back and learn them again and do something like that. So yeah, expect something like that. Yeah, just got quite a few ideas going on in the old noggin there. So yeah, so a bit of a change up, like in terms of like content, in case anyone's like interested. Like Master Dan 92 is no more. I'm going by Dan Dixon Music on all my socials. So if you haven't yet, if you want to like follow me on like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and all that, it's all under Dan Dixon Music, just DANDIXON Music. And MastoCast still going on as usual, really. I'm happy to keep doing that, and that will still be uploaded on Dan Dixon Music, I think, on that YouTube channel. So yeah, because I mean, there's already 100 episodes on there. I did think of having like a separate YouTube channel for the MastoCast. Unless there is an easy way to transfer all of those podcast videos onto another channel, I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think it's all that wise to just start a new podcast channel and then just be like, well, there you go. Here is episode 101 from the start. But yeah, MastoCast will be as normal. I'd like to think. So yeah. I know like I started this podcast out as like a weekly thing. It was always on every Friday, and I think I'm just going to make it bi-weekly and just upload it every weekend, because to be honest, like it's kind of been like a struggle, like to think of something new to talk about and stuff. Like one week I could talk about like the last episode I thought was really good. Like in terms of like stuff to talk about, there was quite a lot. Like there was the Megadeth album out and stuff, and some video games I could talk about and everything. And yeah, yeah. But like then the next week there'll be no new music out, or I hadn't been playing any video games, or just nothing would have happened. So I just think. So I've been thinking about doing the podcast just every 2 weeks, and just so at least you got the podcast every couple of weeks, but you've got a bit more there's a bit more to talk about from me, at the very least, rather than just me going like, well, not a lot happened this week, so I went to work, and that was it. Bye. So I feel like doing it bi-weekly, that would be a good shout. And yeah, that's basically it. As far as excuse me, as far as the change up to the channel and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope you don't mind that. Hope you don't mind that at all. And yeah, I'm excited to do some cool new videos and stuff like that, and more content. And like being with the podcast being bi-weekly, it kind of gives me a bit more time to like work on like YouTube stuff and whatever. And yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be cool. Yeah, what else is there to talk about on here? recently finished Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order on the PS5. I had this game like a couple of years ago, like before. Well, it's not actually mine. I'm lending it off my very good friend Elliot, and I've been lending it off him for like the past couple of years. And I got it just before I got my PS5, so I've got the PS4 copy, and I was just going through like some of my games and all. I saw it and I was like, "Fuck! I still need to finish this," and I was just I just thought, right, okay, I'll stick it in because I think I only did about 5 hours or something like that before I got my PS5. When I got my PS5, I was like, right, okay, time to play PS5 games. So I started playing like God of War Ragnarok and Resident Evil 4 remake had just come out when I got PS5 and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, see, I completely forgot that I had that game. So up until the last couple of weeks, started playing it again, and I finished it quite recently, and I enjoyed my time with it. I thought it was a really cool Star Wars game, to be honest. Yeah, it was like I think it looked I think it looked great. I think the story is what keeps the game very, very interesting, really, really cool. It's a good story, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with Survivor whenever I get the chance to play that. But yeah, I think like gameplay wise, it does struggle a little bit. Not like catastrophically bad or anything like that. Like there's the like sometimes like when you're navigating to places like doing your wall jumps and stuff like that and jumping on ropes, like there's a lot of there's a lot of like missing and stuff like that. Like you have to time everything like a bit too perfect, if that makes sense. Like sometimes I find the controls a bit clunky and the combats, pretty, pretty simple, pretty straightforward, nothing special about it. So yeah, but I enjoyed it. Really, really good story. It's awesome. So looking forward to giving Jedi Survivor a go. Another thing that I thought was quite weird. And I think this only applies to like the PS5 version of Jedi Fallen Order. Like a lot of the time, like when I was watching like cutscenes and stuff like that, like the audio will go out of sync. Like the audio will just come. The audio will just completely go out of sync with the cutscenes and stuff. I'm just like sat there like, oh, why is it doing this? Why is it doing this? And apparently, like, it's it's like that on the PS5 versions. But if you turn the game off, boot it back up again, it goes back into sync, which I think is a bit mental, really. For a game that's I don't know, about 3 or 4 years old now. Maybe a bit more, maybe about 5 years old. For a game being that old, I would have thought it'd have been properly fixed up by now. Because like I don't know, I saw like loads of like Reddit articles about like some of like the bugs that this game had and stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure Jedi Survivor started pretty buggy as well. So yeah, it's just one of those now. There's not as much quality assurance these days when it comes to like video games. Gone are the days when you used to buy a disc and you didn't have to download it on your console, and it just worked fine. It is what it is. But yeah, yeah, I did enjoy it. I did enjoy Fallen Order. I thought it was decent. I thought it was a really good game. I've just started playing Uncharted 4 again for the first time in years. I got Uncharted 4 with my first PS4. The one that got stolen when I lived in Leeds. The very first PS4 I got was a PS4 Slim, and I got Uncharted 4 with it, and that was the last time I played it, which was probably about when did I get it? Probably about 2017, something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna say 2017. And I just remember that I remember it being really, really good, but I kind of wanted to remind myself, so I started playing that again, and I've only played like an hour and a half of it, and I love it. Like it's so good, it looks amazing, and I just something about like PlayStation games that are just so satisfying to play, just great. And I believe this is like a PS5 like updated version of. I think it's you get Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy bundled together, and I've had it on the PlayStation for ages, but I've just not got round to playing it. Lost Legacy, in fact, I bought that game the day before my PS5 got stolen. So I think that might be like one of the reasons why I just hadn't got back to giving a go Lost Legacy, because like I'm pretty sure I got Lost Legacy for the PS4 and I played like an hour of it, if that, and then yeah, went to shit after that, didn't it? It got stolen. But yeah, I'm gonna play. I'm just playing Uncharted 4 again, and just sort of trying to reminisce that, and the Lost Legacy. I'm gonna go on to that one next afterwards. So yeah, Uncharted games are great. By the way, I'm sorry if you can hear any sort of building works or anything going on. I mean, I've just heard a drill there. Next door, are having a lot of renovations over, so there's been a lot of like drilling and stuff like that going on next door, which is fine. They got a house to do, which is fine. I'm not bothered. Just in case you can hear it, I do apologise about that. So yeah, that's it. I'll probably give Fallen Order like a strong 7 out of 10. I'll say that. Had a Nintendo Direct that was on quite recently, but it was a partner showcase. Then like the partner showcases aren't anything really to like go crazy over these days. Like the partners just like the third party stuff that's coming out on the Switch. It's never going to be like a brand new Zelda or like a brand new 3D Mario or Metroid or anything like that. Like none of the first party Nintendo IPs. It's a partner showcase, so showed off a few things that I thought were quite cool. Some games that I'm just not too bothered about. But yeah, I've got like the list here. So there's going to be Hollow Knight Switch 2 edition, the first Hollow Knight game. All updated and stuff like that with like improved graphics and frame rate and all that sort of stuff. Pragmata, which is coming to Switch 2. April 24th. It looks like quite an interesting game, actually. Quite sort of sci-fi, like sort of shooter type game, but mixed in with some like puzzle work. It looks quite interesting. So like you're someone who's in a suit who goes to take down like all these robots, but they're pretty like indestructible. But you carry this sort of child on your back who's got like these superpowers, and she uses them superpowers to expose like weak points on all these like robots and stuff. And I think I think like the way like it shows off like the weak points is like the sort of like puzzle based. But yeah, Pragmata looks quite cool. So that's on Switch 2, I believe, and other consoles. Bomberman, do you like Bomberman? There's a Super Bomberman collection coming to Nintendo Switch and Switch 2, and it's like I think it's the SNES games, like the SNES Bomberman games. So none of like the PlayStation ones or anything like that. So yeah, that looks quite cool. Looks quite cool. Like that'll be starting from £15.98, and I think if you want the Switch 2 edition, it's like an extra £3 or something like that. Here's some like sort of really impressive stuff that's coming to the Switch 2. Like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is coming to Switch 2, which is like a full-on like PS5 game. Like Rebirth came out a couple of years ago, and it's a game I absolutely adore. I think it's brilliant, and it's cool that they've just released the remake. And they've got Rebirth scheduled in for, I think it's like sometime in June or July. And that's going to be £40 when it comes out, which is really, really cool. But I mean, obviously, it's not going to be like the best, probably not going to be the best way to play Rebirth. Like, the best way is going to be on like, like your PlayStation 5 or whatever, or maybe PC. So yeah, there's that. Fallout 4 Anniversary Edition. I suppose the new season of Fallout is out now, so like they're gonna be pushing this. I still haven't seen the second season yet of Fallout. I might have to get onto that. Um, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which came out, I think, it came out the tail end of 2024 for Xbox only, and then it came out for PlayStation. In like I think it was like March last year, something like that. That's coming to Switch 2 now. I've heard nothing but good things about that game. I've heard it's supposed to be really, really good. So yeah, that's quite cool. That's heading over to Switch 2. There was some more details on Resident Evil Requiem that's coming out in a couple of weeks' time. I just feel like everywhere I go now, I'm just seeing Resident Evil Requiem footage. I mean, I'm actually excited for this game. I'm looking forward to it. I've got a pre-order for PS5. I'm looking forward to it. It looks great. It looks really, really good. But it came up on the partner direct, and it took up a good 5 or 10 minutes, just talking about stuff that doesn't really need to be talked about. I mean, they showed off a Resident Evil Pro controller, which looks a bit shit. And an amiibo and stuff like that. So, game like Resident Evil Requiem coming to Switch 2, pretty cool. But for me, I'm gonna get it on PlayStation because just for a game like that, it's gonna run better on the PlayStation for sure. What else is there? Some Digimon stuff, a lot of RPG things. Reanimal, which is coming to Switch 2. WWE 2K26 coming to Switch 2. For all you wrestling fans, Goat Simulator 3. So yeah, there's one that was quite cool. That I thought, oh, that looks quite interesting, which is a game called Orbitals, which is looks like a proper old school anime type game, but it's split screen couch co-op, a bit like you Split Fictions or It Takes Two. But it's got a really cool sort of art direction, and it's sort of it looks kind of sci-fi esque, but yeah, that looks quite good. So yeah, what else is there? I think that's it really. That's all that sort of interested me. But yeah, there we go. Nintendo Direct Showcase, and apparently there's another one rumored for a few weeks' time. So that might be the first party stuff, and got PlayStation State of Play. That's going to be happening on. Well, I suppose if you listen to this on the Friday that it comes out, it'll already be out. So, looking forward to that. So that's on Thursday night at 10 p.m. And also, there's going to be a Silent Hill transmission, which is basically their version of a direct or whatever. And apparently that's going into the new Silent Hill game, which is Silent Hill Townfall, I believe it's called. So that'll be interesting. That'll be on. That's going to be on 2 hours after the State of Play, which is, quite brave thing to do. But yeah, Townfall. I don't know. It's a new Silent Hill game. Obviously, we had F that come out last year. I haven't played it yet. It doesn't feel that much like a Silent Hill for me to want to buy it. So I'll probably just wait until it either goes down in price or wait until it goes up for free on PSN or whatever. So yeah, I don't want to spend I don't think I don't want to spend 70 quid on a game that's 8 or 9 hours long. Just didn't make sense to me. So we'll see what this Silent Hill Townfall is, because by now really, there was a Silent Hill transmission that happened a few years ago. I mean, there was an announcement for the Silent Hill 2 remake. There was the Silent Hill 2 movie that just recently came out, and by the sounds of it, it's absolutely bombed. Silent Hill Short Message, which was the first person thing that came out a couple of years ago, and Silent Hill F. And they talked about all those in that Silent Hill transmission. So this one now, talking about a new Silent Hill, and I wonder if there's any more to go on that announcement. I do know that Bloober Team, who made the Silent Hill 2 remake, who did a fantastic job, they are working on remaking the first Silent Hill, which came out for PS1 in the 90s. So, yeah, see what happens with that, really. Silent Hill are weird. Silent Hill franchise is weird. It goes up and down. When it's good, it's really fucking good. And when it's bad, it's pretty bad. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what's happening in the next few weeks. So, the next episode of MastoCast, I'll talk about them for sure. So yeah, looking forward to Sony State of Play. I don't know what they're going to announce, but we'll see. We will see. We'll chat about a bit of music, shall we? Knocked Loose have just dropped a new track featuring Denzel Curry. Like two artists that I really, really rate highly. I remember last year's Outbreak, both of these artists were sort of back to back anyways. Like I remember, like Knocked Loose were headlining the Sunday of Outbreak, and Denzel Curry was sort of underneath them, like sort of like a sub headline. So it was really, really, really cool to see that this collaboration was happening, and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be fucking awesome. Because as I've said before, I love Knocked Loose. I think they're fucking fantastic. And Denzel Curry, I really rate him as a hip-hop artist. He's great. And they've brought out a new song with a new video. It's called Hive Mind. And it is a banger. The opening riff is just like a big-ass death metal thing with loads of pinch harmonics. It's great. And, Denzel's, verses are really, really good. It's not like they just plonked him in for a bridge or anything like that. Like, it just feels like a full-on collaboration. Like, there's not just the rapper from Denzel. There's there's like bits of like hip-hop beats like blended in the mix and stuff. Like, what they've done is just something really, really cool. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more. I mean, it's probably just a one-off single. I can't imagine it's like right. There's an album coming out. I mean, to be fair, there might be an album coming out this year. You never know. I mean, I keep on thinking You Won't Go Up As Far As You're Supposed To was out last year, but it wasn't. It was out the year before. So, yeah, you never know. We might see an album like towards the end of the year. It'll have been a couple of years by then. But yeah, Knocked Loose, they're the real fucking deal, man. They are great, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again at Slam Dunk the Funk. I hope they're not on the same time as Good Charlotte, because I would like to see Good Charlotte. Because it's been a while, and I've seen Knocked Loose a few times. Well, no, not a few times. I've only seen them twice, but I've seen them recently at Outbreak. So, yeah, decisions. Anyways, that is Knocked Loose. While she sleeps, they're taking a break from touring. So it seems they put like this long video up on their socials, like, about like the sleeps through the airs and stuff like that. And they basically said like they're gonna take a bit of time out from touring, just to work on some new music, and yeah, it's better than your typical sort of a screenshot of like a notes statement that you made on your phone or whatever. It's not like, while she sleeps, are going on a hiatus, blah blah blah. Like, it's like it's a bunch of the band members on camera saying, yeah, we're gonna take a break, we're gonna work on some new music. I hope it's good. Last album was, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, the last album was fucking pants, really. Wasn't good, and I know While She Sleeps are better than that. And yeah, I hope the next album is good. That's all I will say. And yeah, that's it really for that sort of thing. Music is what I meant. But yeah, been listening to a few new albums recently. I've talked about Urne before. They've got a new album out called Setting Fire to the Sky that come out about a week ago. And I've talked about their album before, A Feast on Sorrow, which came out in 2023, which is a fucking brilliant album. It's absolutely incredible. And, you know, Urne are 3 albums in now. This is the 3rd album. And, you know, they're one of those bands, they're a proper metal band who are just, you know, you're going to see them at, like, your Bloodstocks and your Damnation festivals. They're going to be everywhere, I think. And, yeah, just a lot of people say a lot of good things about them, being really good live and all the albums and stuff. And I think A Feast and Sorrow, like the last album, is absolutely incredible. Like, one of my favourite releases to come out of that year. And Setting Fire to the Sky, it kind of, I think it's kind of a heavier, bit more of a darker approach. And it's bloody great. I love this album. It's great. 8 tracks long, 9 if you include the bonus track. But yeah, this album's 8 tracks long, and it's fantastic. It's good. Like, heavy as hell. A lot of Gojira, a lot of Mastodon, bits of Metallica, loads of riffs. I think the guy who sings for Urne, like, his voice is just getting like a bit lower and a bit more brutal sounding, and yeah, it's just like riffs for days all over this album. It's great, but you know, it's got like big choruses like "The Spirit Alive" and "Setting Fire to the Sky," the title track. Yeah, like this album is just great. It's got a lot of dynamics. Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this album. I think A Feast on Sorrow is still my favourite by them. I think it's just a bit more thrashy, whereas this is a bit more darker and a bit sort of dense and heavy in that sense. But I still really, really enjoy it. They've got a track that features Troy Sanders on the 9.5-minute epic Hark in the Waves. Really good song, and but like, yeah, I just love the vocals on this album. Like, the dude, like, you know, of course he's got like a really, really low sort of voice, but like he'll like proper like yelp like the like scream like the fucking choruses. Like, I'm not talking like yelp like fucking La Dispute or anything like that, but like like that sort of thing going on. But yeah, new album from Urne, Setting Fire to the Sky. It's fucking brilliant. The band is called Urne, Urne, and the album is called Setting Fire to the Sky. Joyce Manor have a new album out. It's called I Used to Go to This Bar. 9 tracks and 19 minutes long. Boom. This album is fantastic. Like every Joyce Manor album, it's great. First song on the album, I Know Where Mark Chen Lives. The chorus on this thing, it's amazing. Like, Freight Train down the track, almost giving you a heart attack. Fucking proper belty out anthemic chorus. And like, Joyce Manor just always have this cool blend of like punk rock with, but just like the catchiest of choruses, like catchiest of hooks. You know, like, these songs are only like a minute and a half to 2 minutes. Like, it's but like, they're just, but at the same time there's so much going on in each song, and they're all like ridiculous catchy, like proper earworms of songs. Like, All My Friends Are So Depressed, like a proper somber like acoustic number by them. Awesome. Just absolutely awesome. I love Joyce Manor. I think they're great, and they just always bring out great material. And you know, the last album was like 5 years ago, which is mad. But this album, you know, 5 years later, and they've managed to write 19 minutes of music. But yeah, it's a great album. It's fantastic. One band I've not talked about on the podcast yet, but one that I've loved for a long time. A band called Mol, and it's actually, I believe they're from Denmark. It's Danish for moth, so it's MOL, but the O has got like a diagonal like line through the O, if that makes sense. But yeah, this band are great. I remember when their debut album came out, called Yard, when it used to be on Holy Roll Records before that went into liquidation, basically. Yeah, Mole are a really, really great band. Like, they do that, sort of black gaze thing like Death Heaven do. But I think like they don't go too mental on the blasts or anything, and I think they got some heavy riffs. For me, Yard is their masterpiece that came out in, I'm gonna say 2017. I'm gonna say it was like 2017 or 2018, one of the two. But yeah, it's a fantastic album. It's brilliant. They released another album in 2021, I believe, called Diorama. 2021. Which is, really, really great album. I think it sounded a bit brighter than what Yard does. And now they've got an album out called Dream Crush. And this album is just might be my favourite album of the year so far. Safe to say. It's wonderful, this album. It's absolutely wonderful. Like, they do that black gaze thing incredibly well. Ever since, Death Heaven come out with Sunbather, like, I think like a lot of bands have tried to do that black gaze thing. Like blending, like, obviously black metal with shoegaze. And not making it about the excuse me, not making it about like, denim and leather and spikes and stuff like that, and corpse paint. Basically black metal played on Fender Jazzmaster guitars and Telecasters and stuff. Which, love to see. This album is just really, really, really great. It's kind of like a good sort of blend of, like, if we were talking about Death Heaven albums, it kind of sounds like a good cross between the last two. Whereas, like, like the last album, I've went on about that on this podcast before. I absolutely love it, and they also did like a proper shoegazy album before that, which I think is kind of like a good blend of the last two Death Heaven albums, if you want some sort of reference point. This album's got a lot of heavy shit on here, but it also sounds very pretty and like luscious at the same time. Like, it's not like really badly produced black metal or anything like that. It's just, it's very atmospheric. It's very beautiful. When it blasts, and it's got some heavy riffs on here. Some really, really sort of cool post-punk passages, and I think for the first time, they've introduced some melodic vocals as well. But like, I think the guy who sings for Mol, he's got like a good bit of variety in his vocals. Like, he's not only got like that black metal sort of like high shriek sort of scream to him. Like, he can go like pretty sort of low guttural sort of like sounds. This album is fucking brilliant. It's really, really, really great. Highly recommend it. It's called Dream Crush. It's on Nuclear Blast Records, and it's great. And with each listen, the more I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, Dream Crush by Mol. And what's the last thing? The last album I'll talk about very quickly is an album called Weapons of Beauty by Jay Buchanan. For those who don't know, Jay Buchanan is the singer for Rival Sons. Someone who I really, really respect. Like, he's such an incredible vocalist. He's an amazing singer, and I've seen him loads and loads of times with Rival Sons, and he's never missed ever. Even the times I've seen him once or twice where he was like, my throat is fucked or whatever. He's got a chest infection or whatever, and he still sounds incredible. Jay Buchanan is just such a hell of a singer, and I believe this is his first solo album. Yeah, I think he might have had like the odd single back in the day, but yeah, he's gone for his first ever solo album, which is really, really cool to see. And this is more sort of folk, like folksy, bit of country, bit of blues. This album's wonderful. Love it, absolutely love it. If you want something, a bit more toned down, chillaxed, There's not too much rock and roll, but you know, you fancy a nice bit of folk music, very sort of Americana. This is the album for you. Like it's a fantastic album. Opens with Caroline, which is like such a lovely, like soft ballad. High and Lonesome, and another amazing song. True Black might be my favorite song on the album. Like it's got a real sort of Western quality to it. Like paint my casket true black. Love it. It's awesome. And Tumbleweeds is absolutely stunning as well. And yeah, it's just a really really heartwarming album. I love it. It's great. And yeah, I've only listened to it a couple of times, but like I'm looking forward to giving it some more listens. Yeah, I think this album's fantastic. Weapons of Beauty by Jay Buchanan, and that's spelled Jay, and second name is Buchanan. Jay Buchanan, and yeah, that's it. That's all I've got for you. Thank you very much for listening to episode 100 with me, Dan Dixon, and yeah, like I said before, made a bit of a name change with all my socials and all that. So if you're interested in some of the stuff that I'm going to be putting out on, you know, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that sort of shit, follow me on Dan Dixon Music. Once I finish recording this, I'm going to work on some of that. And yeah, hopefully you'll be able to see some content pretty soon. And yeah, for all things podcast is still on the Dan Dixon YouTube channel and all streaming platforms under MastoCast. And yeah, if you like the episode, do give it a thumbs up, comment, share, or anything like that. Do appreciate it. And yeah, again, thanks very much for listening to episode 100. Enjoy Valentine's Day if you are someone who celebrates it. Yeah. I hope the weather gets better. I'm fucking sick of this weather. Anyways, next time I'm on, there's a new Pussifer album out, so I'll probably talk about that. I'll be honest, all I've been listening to is Sepultura, so I haven't been given that much new music a chance, to be honest. So yeah, talk about new Pussifer album. I believe there is a new Angel Dust album coming out on this as of now, as you listen to this on the Friday. There's new Angel Dust, which I'm very very excited about. And I'll have seen Crowbar on Pancake Day with Jake, so that's gonna be fucking mint. Really really looking forward to it. So yeah, I'll see you in a couple of weeks time. Take care, have a lovely weekend, have a lovely Valentine's Day, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, I will see you later. Bye bye.